build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die. I want the... Hello, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday morning episode of Short Bangers. I'm Matty.
I'm Colin. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tuesday morning, day recovery after the bank holiday weekend.
Yes, and we've not had the bank holiday because we're recording this pre-Tuesday. So I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Well, we just go straight into questions, Colin. Right, ENT, 21st of December. This is older than the ones that we did last week.
Because you were into January.
I know. Right, if you were on a remote Antarctic outpost and only had each other for company and a series of novels, if one of you repeatedly, in an act of shithousery, gave away the ending of the book, how would you react?
That would not impress me at all. Not in the slightest. I mean, I hate I'm watching Succession now. I'm up to date with it now.
Oh, are you?
I'd watched the old. I know you watching it from the start.
Yeah, we did.
So I'm in the latest season but then I was going to leave all 10 to watch in a winner. But anyway, we gave up and we watched the 5 or 6 of them over the last sort of week. But I've been trying to avoid stuff with spoilers and that. I hate it because I read the Guardian this morning, and I'll go down in it, and it'll be like TV programs, and you think, all right, I'll read that, but then you open it up, it's like spoiler. Fuck's sake, can nobody talk about a program without giving it away?
Aye.
You know what I mean? Because I want to read it to go, I might watch that. I'll get on iPlayer or wherever it would be. But you can't read about it because these cunts that write articles can't they've not got enough words that they can use without just telling you what happened.
What's the acceptable period of time for something being shown for it to be okay to talk about what's happened in it?
I don't know. That's a good question. It is a good question. It's a bit different in a way with the
it's on demand, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The on-demand sort of nature. Back in the old days, you could probably say a couple of weeks or something, and everybody forgets. And I never got to get back around to watching it because you wouldn't find it. No. You'd have to wait till it were repeated and all of that. But with on-demand stuff, I ain't in a couple of months anyway. But even then, a couple of months isn't really. Maybe even a year.
Aye, or I think.
Well, you're almost gone. Have you watched that? Have you watched Succession?
You ask the question, don't you? You say, have you seen it? And then if they say no, then you go, right, I'll no give it away.
I'm not bothered, all right. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to tell you the ending then.
Is it less of a pain if you do that with a book? Go back to Ian's question. Like if you went, I'm trying to think of a book with a twist in the tail.
Well, anything like any crime sort of book, like Rankin, the Rebus ones and all of that. It's not a massive twist, right? But if you knew who done it, halfway through, you'd be just reading it, going, "Oh, this one gets caught," and then you. Whereas,
but you know that from the outset, don't you? Like when you read a book like that, you know,
somebody's going to get caught.
Goody's going to win, Barry's going to lose.
Aye, but you don't know who the baddie is.
Aye.
So you're trying to work it out as you're reading it. I'm going, wait a minute, that's a bit suspicious and stuff like that. Like I'm not saying it out loud, but my brain's thinking. Right? Whereas if you already know, then you're going to see. You've got to see it. It's totally spoiled the enjoyment of a book. That for me.
I have to say, I like the idea you just kind of commenting on the book and you go, "Oh, fucking, did you? Aye."
What I can't. Right. I've done that before. Have you ever read any Quentin Jardin books?
I don't think
He's a Scottish author, right? And his stories are. So I'm going to kind of do a bit of shit sandwich for him. His stories are proper, like fast-paced, page-turning stuff, right? They're good. They're short chapters, the ones with different characters, and you're going, this is the chief super, and then it goes to his bosses, the boys that work for him, and he's up to his bosses. Get 2-3 pages, and you're like, oh fuck, and they leave you on a bit, and you think, turn the page and back to a different character, and you think, when's it? And then so you're flicking, you're reading it to get to the next bit where that bit's just left off. Anyway, really fast paced and good. See the characters, fucking so far up the main half, you wouldn't believe.
Aye.
And it's like they fucking love themselves, and it just irritates you. But the stories are good. I gave up. Like I read 15 of them. He's done about fucking 30. And I just thought, I can't read any more. This boy fucking loves himself too much. He was like he was the chief super or something, then he got deputy chief constable, and then he was the chief constable, and then he was like Mr. fucking promoted again. But that wasn't what annoyed me. It was just how much he loved his cell, and that to the extent he had his second house in Gullen. Right? I think the author's the Gullen. Had his second house in Gullen. That was his wee holiday home. And, he'd go at the weekends and that. Yeah, when he was trying to relax. And it was one of these books where it's like they're always eating some like fancy dish that you're thinking, what the fuck is that like? They never go home and have fucking mince and tatties. Okay? And with some fancy wine and that. And yeah, fucking. And then basically the equivalent of Tiger Woods came to Gullen. And of course, he's the main man there. He's the main man at the golf course because he's the chief constable. So he went round, played golf for him, matching him fucking stroke for stroke.
Obviously.
Yeah, of course you did. You barely played golf. You're the chief constable of fucking that. Obviously, you're a good football player in your day. Tiger Woods has turned up and you've just fucking almost beat him. Of course you did. Fuck off. Anyway, so I was sitting in the house going, what I can't read that. Anyway, Quentin, if you're listening, I did like them for a while. If you could just taper down the character sort of personal bits.
Keep it going. Keep up the doodling. Yep. Right, Freddie asks. I'm not sure if we've had this one before because this is not an older one. Right, if you die while doing a life sentence but come back to life after CPR, does that mean you've done your life sentence and you're now free?
No. That would not work like that. I think life sentences, somebody asked something about life sentences recently. It's just terminology.
Aye.
I don't know why it's called that though. I don't really know. Chatbot might know. But like it's called a life sentence, but you're in for 15 years. I don't know. Is that because when they called it that life?
Isn't it? It's life with a minimum of.
But was it maybe called that when folk didn't live as long?
Maybe.
In the olden days. Yeah, so it was like that. You'll die in there. You're in there for 20 years, mate. Like you're fucking 30. Anybody can die by the time they're 50.
Right. Why are life sentences called life sentences even though they're shorter? Right. The term life sentence in the context of criminal law generally means a sentence of imprisonment for the remainder of the convicted person's natural life without the possibility of parole. However, in many jurisdictions, life sentences are not always literally for the remainder of the person's life, and there may be opportunities for release under certain circumstances, such as for good behaviour, clemency, or changes in sentencing laws. And some of them might have a minimum term applied to them. So it varies from one jurisdiction to another, and judges might also decide to do something different. So they maybe just need to rebrand them.
He's a fucking slave of that chap. Well, he says too many words.
Fucking does.
Yeah.
I
just
should have
keep
said
it short.
In 10 words or less, and then they would have tried to have done it in 10 words.
Oh well, you need to keep adding that.
Right, Ron Burgundy said, is Brian still alive and has he shit himself recently?
Was Ron Burgundy? I've not heard him for fucking ages either.
Aye, well, this was back in December, so.
Is Ron still alright?
Aye, Ron, get in touch if you're listening. Let us know you're alright. I think Brian is still alive, and I don't know his shitting himself situation, but probably. Ian T, if you were playing roulette and could only put your chips on two areas, where would they be?
What's the choices?
So roulette,
red,
black, but then you get the numbers as well. So you can pick a number. You go red, black. You've also got the green as well because they put that in just to fuck you up because then they've got just that other element. It's no straight 50-50 choice.
Aye. So was it wanting a number and a colour, or what's it one?
It just said two areas. I would say even in black, just because.
I'll go odds at red then.
Right, there we go. We've
covered all bases.
We'll definitely win.
Right. It's London on green, yeah.
Beers on us. Aldo, subject, fruit. Why is a pear called a pear when it comes singular?
Spelled differently, don't it?
But it's said the same.
Aye.
Is that your answer to it then? Just fucking.
It's a different fucking thing. Do you get a pair of pears?
Aye, you would.
If you got two.
Yeah. And how many times when you've had a pear has somebody said to you, nice pear? I thought it was hilarious.
Never been said.
Right. Well, I challenge you then to get a pair.
Guaranteed that next time I see it.
Wander around with it for a while.
See if somebody says it.
Aye.
Yeah.
Set the scene with it.
Aye.
Somebody will definitely say it at some point. Tom Wallace, we're into February, Colin. So biscuits.
Huh?
What does the BN stand for? As in McVitie's BN biscuits, aren't they originally Dutch?
I know what you mean. Because you see the other week when I came on here and I says I've just had a bite of a biscuit and you says what kind? And I said they they ones.
Was it?
Aye. It's like a sort of sandwich style biscuit. It's got chocolate in the middle of two biscuits.
Yeah,
or two bits.
What's good about this, right? So in the photo, it's got BN, it's got the wee chocolatey biscuit, right, on a trampoline. So that's the website for it, for the biscuits. The website address www.123healthybalance.com.
Aye. That's good.
Yeah, I'm no convinced biscuits are that healthy. Good for your mental health, I suppose. They make you feel good. Have a biscuit.
Initial rush until you feel guilty about having it.
Well,
BN,
Big Nibbles.
Aye,
it was Nibbles
with
B for Bravo, not B for Papa.
On the subject of biscuits, just a wee slight deviation on the cups of tea or coffee. I think it works in your house, right? So what I tend to do after we've had dinner and that, and we're starting the dishwasher and whatnot, I'll get a couple of mugs out and I'll stick a tea bag in. And wife has decaf coffee after a certain time of night. She has sugar in hers and that. So I'll just set it like that. Fill the kettle up. I'll not switch it on because we'll be having a cup of tea maybe in half an hour or an hour's time, right? So that's it done. So then I might go through later, put the kettle on, do what I'm doing. And then on occasion, doesn't happen very often, she'll pour the water in the cup.
Yep.
Right? Who's made the cup of tea?
Oh, by the way, I would like. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think either of you can take credit. I kind of like a sitting on the fence answer.
Aye. You're not going to see her soon. You'll see me before you see her, man. So.
I know, but because it's a cheek claiming the credit for it for just pouring the water, but at the same time, that's a fairly significant part of the process, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think either party has a right to say they've done it.
Yeah.
I think
so nobody's made the cup of tea.
It's a joint effort. They both made it.
Team game.
Aye, team game.
Because I said that the other week. I don't know that bit. Like I'll give it away who done it. I shouldn't have said. Just to see what you come out with.
I wouldn't be the same answer because like in my house, if that had happened, I would be like,
yeah. Because I went. I said I made you a cup of tea. She went, I made it. I went, well, you just poured the fucking water in it. She went, aye. Well, if there was no fucking water in it, it would be no tea. I went, if there wouldn't be any fucking tea bag in it, it would be no tea. So we generally, it wasn't an argument, it was a discussion, debate.
I definitely don't, and that's no certain professors don't think there's a reasonable claim for either party to say that they've made it. That's a joint effort.
Aye. Oh well, okay,
aye.
Good.
Definitely.
On the topic of biscuits, so it'd be interesting to hear the listeners' thoughts on that one. Who's right, who's wrong?
Aye. Do you know, I suppose if you were to kind of strip it back through the skill in it, the skill in it is in the prep, isn't it? Like if you, maybe not for a cup of tea. How long you leave the tea bag in? Aye.
And I know I'm fighting against myself there, but I get that.
For the coffee, if it's instant coffee and I get in the right amount of coffee, the right amount of sugar and
she
milk.
Milk in it. She
doesn't have milk, right? So then that's probably more than the water, but the tea, how long you let it brew, how much milk you put in.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously there's the crucial bit about when do you put the milk in?
Aye, at the end.
Like I don't always. I do at work, right? Just in case anybody challenges me on the great tea debate. But in the house, I'll just chuck a wee bit of milk in the cup. Doesn't bother me. I can't how much milk I like.
It doesn't really make much difference, does it? That's what I found. But
well, it was your old man, eh? It's the Tommy Two Sheds that was saying that it's important. But I think my challenge to you is next time you're in your house or next time you're at your ma's and you make a cup of tea, is date.
Well, we can now.
Obviously, get away.
A random time. At a random.
Aye, maybe not the next time, but maybe in the next 2 or 3 or 5 times.
Yes.
And
I'll report back.
Because when you go to your ma's, Who makes so when you go to mass? Who makes a cup of tea?
My mum. My dad will do it occasionally,
Aye.
but my mum will normally do it.
Oh, my
Aye.
dad doesn't get up every fucking chair. But I'll go down and I'll say to one of the lasses, "Go and get my mum's fucking 71, and like, you fucking go make the cup of tea, get the kettle for your granny." My mum still got up and go and do it. And it's like, fuck.
Funny, eh?
Mm.
Right, Leon asked, how far do you think you could throw an omelette before it lost its structural integrity?
How many eggs is in it? Yeah, 2 eggs or 3
I go for a two egg omelette.
That's glorious. I'm delighted told the other week on Top Flight Time Machine.
With
Somebody
12 egg.
podcast.
Aye.
How many eggs you want your omelette? 12. What the fuck? Anyway.
Chased them out of town.
But, so what were we saying, a 2 or a 3, did you say?
A 2 or 3. I don't think it makes too much difference.
I think the bigger it is, the more eggs in it, the more it would keep its structure.
I don't know. I think the density would start
to... a bit more. Yeah, could do. Yeah.
The other thing
I'm just thinking, a wee 2 egg one, as soon as you throw it, it's just got to...
Aye. And the thing is, I like an omelette, so I'm not tempted to make one to throw it. Because
Where do you make your omelettes? What do you have in it? What do you do?
No, cheese or mushrooms or ham or whatever, but I'll get...
Do you flip it over and have the cheese melted in the middle, or do you just have it as a whole omelette?
No. I'll butter in the pan, then egg, and just kind of keep it moving the pan. And then when it's set enough, flip it. I'll have the cheese in the middle, flip it, and then flip it the other side just to get the top bit.
Aye, so do you half it?
Aye, like over half.
Fold it over. Sorry, I thought we
fold it. And then turn it so that the top bit gets a wee heat. But I like it kind of that silky way. Then, you know, when it's like spongy when it's been cooked a bit too long. Then I like that. I like it to be sort of silky and just cooked in the mere.
Yeah.
How about you?
That's what it's meant to be. Similar now.
I've
always halved it like that, or folded it over. Because when we first moved in, she would do it like just as a whole hang, and I'm like, you know how, put it in half, like put the cheese in there. She would put the cheese in it, but it would all just then.
Aye.
It wouldn't melt. Come on, I mean, it would just like cook.
Aye.
Is that? Come on, I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's
now that she's a convert, because it's better.
It's nicer, yeah, much nicer. That's the problem, because I would be tempted to try that. Eggs are quite hard to come by these days as well, by the way. You notice that in the supermarkets. It's
weird. So we do an online shop, as you know, and it comes on a Thursday. Got in the habit during lockdown every Thursday, get a shop, right? You go in the online shop, you can't order eggs, but you can walk in the shop and pick them up. Same fucking store. Like, it's like they've made them not available online.
Ours, the only one I could get is Aldi and Tesco right next door to each other. And I got eggs, last night, the night before. The only ones I could pick up were double yolkers. They were like fucking £2.50 for 6 or something as well. It wasn't like they were the cheap ones. For fuck's sake. But both shops were otherwise completely devoid of eggs. But anyway, if I was going to make one, I would end up eating it before I threw it. But good question. I think a lighter one would probably.
You think it would go further?
I think the density of a bigger omelette would cause it to fall apart because gravity would be pulling it down.
Aye, I know what you mean.
Anyway,
how far down you would throw it then? 20 metres?
Oh, are you throwing it hot or cold? That's the other thing, because I think a cold omelette, if you let it cool down, that would probably be tougher as well. I don't think you get it far. Maybe
you frisbee in it. What have you done it?
Oh, I suppose you could scrunch it to a ball. And
it's already broken up then, though. So it's
that's true. So frisbee style. I think you get more than 10 metres. I think that would be an optimistic throw.
All right. We'll need to try it out at Short Bangers Olympics.
Aye, we'll add it to the list of things.
Very similar to the biscuit throw, but it's like nobody as far, right? Be like the triple jump versus the long jump. Similar fucking thing, but you go further with one than the other.
Right. 30 seconds left. Like last question. JPG White. Gadgie is a compliment in Edinburgh. It's an insult in Dundee. Anybody got any idea why that is?
No.
Do you know, I found that out the other day. So my team at work, half are in Edinburgh and half are in Dundee. And I usually like put a wee note out and like our team's chat in the morning to say hello to everybody. And I just put in morning Gadgies. How's it going?
All right. Is that how you found it?
That's how I found out, but not immediately. Nobody came back and went, by the way, Matty.
No, because you're the boss.
It was after.
They're all talking about you behind your back.
We were chatting and.
Chicken Matthews. Here's him and his wife. He's married, right? We'll go bunk beds.
We'll go bunk beds. Somebody told me, they were like, "Oh, I used to put that in the chat," and we were all like, "Oh," I was like, "Really, Gadgies?" I think they were down in Edinburgh for a visit, and I was talking about it. I could just use the word, and then they were like, "Oh, aye, you said that." I was like, "Oh, that's like a term of endearment in here."
Didn't know that.
So, and again, if you're from Dundee and you can why, then you can let me know. Right, Colin, thanks for your time this evening. That's us done.
Cheers.
Thanks for sending your questions, folks. Go and subscribe, please, and we'll see you next time.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't